Hey peeps, we are back. We're talking the Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 12, episode 11. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. So peeps, before we get into it, you may be able to tell that my voice sounds a little different. I don't know if it's allergies. I have no idea what it is, but something is definitely going on. So I'm hoping you guys can just hang in there with me. Let me just say that this video is brought to you by hypocrisy. This is about, oh, I forgot who I was. Oh, I forgot I do that too. And the whole thing.
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
And I'm just saying, this was a mess. So let's just get into it. So the show starts out with Frank moving in with the kids. And it's crazy because the description of the episode says that this is the first time in 20 years that Frank has lived with his kids. He's moving into Dolores's house that he is still repairing. So every season for the last 2 or 3 seasons, there's always a constant remodel, repairing, moving in, moving out situation over at Dolores's. Now, as much as I like Dolores, I've had enough, hun. It's time for you to get somewhere, stay there. Remodel it, let it be that way for a couple of years before you remodel it again. It just makes no sense. As they're going up the steps to Frank's tiny room, you can see that there's no railings anywhere. I am accident prone, for goodness sakes. I am so glad I don't live there because I'd have a lawsuit against Dolores. I'm just saying. Frank ends up in this tiny room. He's living with his daughter's chinchilla or something. I have no idea what this thing is. I mean, she has about 7 dogs and this animal. Why is that not her bedroom? You wanted this animal with the huge cage in this room and you can't get the cage out of the room. That should be your bedroom. Why does Frank live there? I don't understand this. He is a grown man still living at Dolores's home. Buddy, you can do better. I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm at least happy that they are all happy and getting along and they're all together. They are divorced parents who have done a really good job keeping their family together. So I'm definitely behind that, keeping the family together. Teresa is moving into her new house. The movers are there. They're packing everything.
Goodbye. My house. It's not easy leaving our childhood home. It's just so nice to see my mom so in love and so happy.
Oh my God.
Your parents, right?
Sanford and Dan meets always together.
I mean, this really did have to be hard for them. They have so many memories in that house, and they have been living there almost the entire time that the show has been on. They have made so many memories there. They've had so many happy times. So I understand why it's so difficult for them. However, from the moment you see them pull up to the new house, it's already an improvement. I mean, just the outside was even prettier than the last house. This place is gorgeous. And you know, one of the things that I really liked is both her kids and Louis' son thanked both of them. They were so happy for the house. The kids are really gracious and good children. You can say a lot of things about Teresa, but she is a really good mom. Her kids love her. You can see how hard she works for them. Louis seems to have that same relationship with his sons. I like this about them. This house is beautiful. Everyone has their own room, so they all have space, and I love it. Louis having that special engravement in the backyard for her parents, I cried a little. I thought that was one of the sweetest things. I am wishing nothing but love and happiness for Teresa and Louis and their blended family. I hope that Louis and Teresa are happy for years to come. I know that their wedding is sometime this summer, and I am wishing them all the very best.
I'm still taken aback how nasty and mean Teresa has been to me. I don't think there's anything wrong with being concerned.
I thought Margaret was my friend, but Margaret's intentions are not good.
I see that. I totally see
Yeah.
it.
Marge saying that she's taken aback about how nasty Teresa has been to her is really surprising to me. From the very first episode of this season, Marge continues to bring up Louis, continues to bring up these rumors online. It's not necessary. She's not doing it out of concern. Marge is actually doing this just to piss Teresa off, in my opinion, and to use this as a storyline. Throughout this season, Marge has also been very judgmental about Teresa and the way Teresa lives her life. She made all of these comments about Teresa and men, how she lets men walk over her, how she is in this love bubble and she only cares about Louis. So what? So what? When other people make comments about Marge and her affairs, Marge's children, any other situation, Marge is offended by it. So why is Teresa not allowed to be offended as well? Now, I do understand that they are all on a reality show, and Louis is going to have to get used to being talked about. You're on this show as well. And the only thing that I can agree that's off limits on reality TV, it should be underage children. Those children should absolutely be off limits. But everything else is pretty much fair game. So I'm not saying that Marge is not allowed to talk about Louis at all. I'm just saying that she should not use the disguise that she is concerned, because that's not true. And if she really was concerned, on the first episode, when Teresa had her party, when she brought it up to Teresa and Teresa pretty much told her, and I'm paraphrasing, that she doesn't want to discuss it, that it's none of their business, Marge should have left it there. The same way they did not appreciate Jen digging into the quote fake Evan rumor, and when Jen continued to dig, they were pissed off. Teresa's pissed off too. And that to me is something that I can understand. Now listen, peeps, we all have opinions. We're all entitled to them. And I want to hear what your opinion is. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think. Let me say this. If anybody objects with my opinion, it's fine. It's all good. Get down in the comments and object all you want. Just be respectful when you do it. You know, I do have to agree with Teresa and Louis. Marge's intentions are not good towards Teresa. They just are not. Jackie making the comment about her eating habits being affected by Teresa and those rumors of last season, I just can't go for it. I can't go for it. Jackie has had a problem with her eating for over 20 years. And if the stress from Teresa bringing up that rumor has stopped her from, eating, she should stop bringing it up. Because more times than not, Jackie is bringing up the whole Evan rumor from last season. Stop bringing it up every 5 minutes.
Check out this Nashville.
What state are we in?
This whole what state are we in? Geez Louise. First of all, Joe, when they were talking about it earlier, he didn't know. He didn't know if Tennessee was Southern, and she said they were out west. And, good God, somebody get them a map. Now, when they get to this rental house that Dolores has rented, honey, this place is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. But what really took me out, what I really loved, was that in-ground trampoline. I said, oh my God, I really would like to have one of those. I went and stood on my back deck and said, do I have room for an in-ground trampoline? And then I said, well, maybe I should actually find out how much is an in-ground trampoline. Do I have money for that? So I'm just saying, I'm not rich. Anyway, I'd like to have one of those. But Teresa makes this comment about the master suite.
Don't you think I should have the master?
I think we should pick from the hat. I promised Teresa and Lou they could have the master.
That's unfair.
It's not unfair. I mean, come on. They're paying $24.7. What do they need the master bedroom for? Have me a break.
Okay, now calm down. Melissa and Marge, calm down. Teresa made that comment. However, Dolores said that she had already told Teresa and Louis they could have the master suite. So let it go. It's just a room anyway. You're going to sleep, have the sex in there, and that's about it. You know, Marge, and she came off as just being a little jealous of Teresa. You know, I don't know if Marge's husband, who has zero backbone, I don't know if he's just not swinging it and throwing it like he used to, and Marge is not getting what she needs, but she comes off as hella jealous of Teresa and Louis. I'm just saying. The other rooms in the house were just as cute. One came with a baby crib. I said, oh my, this is real cute. You know, that's the room Joe and Melissa are in. One room that Marge and her husband are in, it comes with a whole lot of toys and a collection of school buses or trucks or something. I don't even know. The house is super cute. You know, Frank and Dolores ended up in a really pink princess room with double twin beds. And it's perfect for Frank and Dolores. I'm just saying. Anyway, I think the house is great. Now listen, okay. Jackie is a grown woman, right? And she's always making this comment that Dolores doesn't hold Teresa accountable. Well, you know what? We can make that same statement about Jackie and Marge. Marge is just as bad as Teresa. And, you know, do we hold her accountable, Jackie? No, we don't. We don't. We let Marge get away with stuff, don't we, Jackie? Because Jackie has already mentioned it. Marge knows everybody's business, and she will hold on to it until she doesn't want to. I think that Marge knows a lot about Jackie and Evan, and that's why Jackie has this undying loyalty to Marge and won't call her out for her.
You know, you're really smart, right?
Yeah.
You're really, right? That you claim to, like you say you are, right?
I am.
It was Margaret. Margaret was talking to this blogger.
No way. Now you're full of conspiracy theories.
She said that you're the one leaking everything about Louis.
She's a nutcase. Now she's trying to spread these rumors as facts. That's her MO, though. Rumors are now facts.
This woman pokes a hole in everybody's life.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing.
Now let me tell you something. Teresa, girl, please, you turned into Stretch Armstrong for real here. Ma'am, cut the crap. Now, does Marge gossip? Yes. Does she do way too damn much? Yes. But I don't think that Marge has reached out to all of Louis's exes, collected and gathered all this information, then reached out to the blogs to tell the blogs. Then once everything is posted, bring it all back and tell it to the group and keep marinating it, keeps turning it like a cauldron. I don't think she's doing that. But I do think that she has some kind of Google alert, Twitter alert, Instagram alert, Facebook alert, every alert possible. There's other social media that I don't know nothing about. TikTok alert. When Louis's name is mentioned, she is there. And she is taking notes, collecting information, her and Joe B. And then they are at the cauldron. We've got to tell everybody about this. Allegedly, Louis is this. Allegedly, Louis is a sex fiend. Allegedly, you know, Marge is doing a lot. But Teresa, stop it. Stop it, girl. Marge is not making this stuff up and spreading it off to the blogs. Now, most of these times, Teresa, you do more scrimming about Marge talking about these things on the blogs than you do saying that these things are not true. Personally, if you would stop doing all this screaming and yelling about Marge talking about the blogs and just let it go, it would die down. I think that if Teresa had pulled Marge to the side one good time and said, listen here, Marge, I have asked you before, and now I'm going to ask you again, and I'm trying to remain respectful to you. Stop bringing this stuff up. I don't believe that any of these things are true. If you were my real friend, you would stop spreading these rumors. And that's all I'm going to tell you. Don't bring it up again, Marge, or we will have a problem. I think if she would have just shut Marge down calmly and rationally, using her words, Marge may have shut up. You know, she may not have kept completely quiet. She probably just would have whispered off in the corner, but it wouldn't have turned into this big fiasco. Now, Marge making this comment about Teresa spreading rumors and making it seem to be facts, It's almost as if Marge was talking to herself. You know what I mean? She's the wicked witch in the mirror speaking back to herself. Marge, you spread a lot of rumors and you talk about a lot of gossip as if it is facts. Just like Teresa. This is why I say there's so much hypocrisy on this show. And I know I'm saying that word wrong. I don't know. Blame it on my throat. Anyway, Marge, come on. This is the pot kettle situation. You and Teresa are both horrible at this. Last season, Teresa spreading rumors. This season, you are spreading rumors, and you were all down her neck last season for doing what you are doing this season. So everybody gets dressed up. They're going to this really nice place in Nashville, which I'm supposed to be going to Nashville sometime this year with some of my girlfriends, and I'm gonna put it on my list. But anyway, they go to this really nice place in Nashville where they're going to have mechanical bull riding. And I thought it was weird. They were dressed up as if they were going to a nice ladies' lunch. You know, I thought, does no one besides Teresa have a nice pair of jeans? I mean, I love a pair of jeans. I don't understand it. But anyway, they looked pretty. They really did. So I did notice when they went to get on the Sprinter van, Marge made this comment that she guessed Joe and Melissa went in the van with Teresa out of guilt. Really, Marge? Girl, if you don't shut the hell up. It's not possible for her to go 1 hour without saying something about Teresa. Oh, I don't know. Was it me or was anybody else watching to see what Jackie ordered at the restaurant? I was sitting there hoping she was going to order a slab of ribs or something or some barbecue chicken, but she just ordered a salad. But I said, you know what? It's fine. When the salad came out, it had some kind of meat on it. So I was still proud of Jackie. She's still trying. So the guys have this little bull riding competition and they are doing pretty good. I mean, but Tiki did the best and he ended up becoming the winner.
And I quite enjoyed riding him. I did not enjoy riding him. I enjoyed watching him ride the bull. Sorry. I mean, come on. He's not so bad to look at. Like, oh my God. Ooh.
Honey, listen, I love her. Jennifer, I love that girl, okay? I'm not mad at the comment. I mean, Tracy might be mad, but I'm not. I thought that was hilarious. And, you know, Bill can't be mad either. He owes you a 10. I'm just saying. So Melissa makes this comment, Miss On Display, that since they're in Nashville, they should go to a music studio and make a country song. Teresa, girl, listen. That's another level of childish and immaturity. If you don't want to go, just don't go. You don't have to scream it across the table so that Marge can hear you. Everybody's grown. You are about to have your second husband. You've got 4 daughters. Like, girl, grow the hell up at this table. I'm just saying.
You know everybody.
I'm not going to be contacting bloggers, okay? Teresa, don't spread rumors that I would spread.
You're the one who put it out there. Are you kidding me?
You're a sick, disgusting liar.
Luckily, you're still not on parole. You whore. Disgusting white trash bitch.
She's a disgusting beast. If you go home with her, that is disgusting. I think that's acceptable behavior.
She needs to be taught a lesson. I'm gonna come up there and beat the crap out of that bitch. You're not beating anybody.
I'm going to tell you something. She's a thug and an animal. And people don't act this way. People don't curse in restaurants on the top of their lungs.
You can feel the way you do about it, but you don't have to express it to her because she's not receiving it well and she doesn't want to hear it.
Damn! This was just ridiculous. It really was. Listen, I don't condone violence. I don't. And I'm going to be all over the place. Should Teresa have done that? The answer is no and no again. But Marge trying to sit there on her high horse, calling Teresa an animal, and acting as if she has not done the same things is not okay for me.
Danielle, you're an old dog with no new tricks. Get over it! Are you guys kidding me?
What is that?
I mean, lot of things that these women have done to each other, and it's all wrong. I want to know if the Real Housewives of New Jersey producers and Andy Cohen are going to post a message about how they don't condone violence, because they did that for the Real Housewives of Potomac. I want to know on the reunion, is Andy going to give the same energy to Teresa that he gave to Monique and Candace? If he doesn't, I might be done with this franchise, because even though I love Teresa, I think Teresa is awesome, she deserves the same energy as Candace and Monique. I'm just saying. Did anybody notice when Teresa got up to throw all those drinks on Marge, that Bill just kept sitting there as if, he wasn't interested? He continued to drink his drink and he was so unbothered. I said, oh my gosh, Bill Aiden. It was almost as if they were back at the Jersey Shore and the whole Jen and Melissa situation was going on. Bill Aiden is not moved by any of this. I was angry with Teresa because she is always able to dish it, but she just doesn't know how to take it. What upset me the most about this is Marge said what she said, and it seemed as if Teresa could not pull her words together to verbally tell Marge where to go, if you know where I'm going with this. The way she told you off is the way you should be able to tell her off. There shouldn't be a moment where you just completely lose your cool and boom, you know what I mean? Use your words, Teresa. That Teresa just needed a second to compose herself enough to be able to respond to Marge's comments. I think about Marge pouring that water on Danielle. She could have taken a moment to compose herself as well. These women are a bunch of hypocrites with double standards. And Marge thinking that Dolores should have her back. She makes that comment, something about, we talk 5 times a day on the phone. Dolores has been Teresa's friend for over 20 years. She should be able to go check on her or ride back to the house with her. I don't know. I didn't like that Marge called Teresa a disgusting beast, when Marge and Teresa are neck to neck, if you ask me. They're both the ones that get the most physical. I think they should actually teach Marge about real friendship. You claim to be Teresa's friend, but you're really not. I think you're still mad at Teresa over the Danielle hair pulling situation. And if that's the case, just treat her like a cast member. Treat her like a co-worker and only socialize with a hi and a bye. You don't have to be all up in this woman's business. And she makes some kind of comment about she's not happy because normal happy people or something like that compose themselves. Well, I'm assuming that you're miserable, Marge, because you've been unhinged for several seasons yourself. Remember that time Melissa threw that plate? Jen threw that silverware? I mean, they're all a mess. Every last one of them. And like I've always said, violence is not the answer. I do need Bravo to hold the Real Housewives of New Jersey accountable the same way they did the Real Housewives of Potomac. On the reunion for the Real Housewives of Potomac, they put up that big disclaimer about how they don't condone violence. I want a disclaimer on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm just saying. And Teresa running around screaming, calling that woman white tea. Girl, calm the hell down, sit down, be quiet. And then when they got on the bus, did anybody notice that Bill was just sitting there still calm and rational while Teresa was having a complete meltdown? I mean, these people are way too much. Way too much. Anyway, peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.